In Chapter 3, F. Scott Fitzgerald describes Gatsby's lavish parties, which essentially serve as a spectacle for all of New York's high society. These grand affairs are characterized by opulence, excess, endless liquor, live music, and hundreds of guests who take advantage of Gatsby's generosity without truly knowing their mysterious host. Nick Carraway, the narrator, receives a formal invitation from Gatsby to attend one of these parties. This surprises Nick as he notices that most guests did not receive an official invitation. They merely heard about these parties by word mouth and decided to go. At the party, Nick runs into Jordan Baker, whom he had met at Daisy's house, and they patrol the scene together. Nick eagerly seeks out his enigmatic host among the crowd of unknown faces, but no one seems able to help him. He hears from other guests many unsolicited rumors regarding Gatsby's past, among which are that he's a bootlegger, a German spy, a war hero, or even a murderer. This assortment of wild speculations only amplifies the air of intrigue around Gatsby. During a conversation with an amiable middle-aged man who seemed to be one of the few genuinely polite and modest people at the party, Nick realizes that he has, in fact, been talking to Gatsby himself. Gatsby's polite and formal demeanor contradicts the excesses that characterize his surrounding environment. The two men talk about their shared experience in World War I, and Gatsby appears to take a liking to Nick, calling him "old sport," a term that he uses frequently throughout the book. Gatsby's willingness to share a piece of his past leaves a very favorable impression on Nick. Later, Nick watches as Gatsby stands alone on his lawn, looking at a green light on the other side of the bay. He doesn't realize it will have any future significance. Later that night, Nick witnesses an accident involving a drunken man and Gatsby's car, highlighting the reckless and irresponsible behavior of the partygoers. As the party dies down, Jordan reveals to Nick that she has a message for him from Gatsby, but the chapter ends before the reader can find out what it is. On his way home, Nick sees Owl Eyes, a bespectacled drunkard who he'd encountered in Gatsby's library, crawling out of the wrecked car. This scene further cements the atmosphere of carelessness and decadence characteristic of the era and of Gatsby's guests. Chapter 3 portrays Jay Gatsby as an enigma, a man shrouded in decadence that contrasts his own modesty and politeness. It also shows the superficiality of the Jazz Age, where people were primarily attracted to excesses and appearance, resulting in a disregard for personal responsibility. The chapter ends leaving a sense of curiosity about Gatsby's message for Nick through Jordan.